Hey everyone, it's me, Pearl, your host of Pearl's Barkhives, where we talk about all things history. In honor of our nation's 250th birthday, we are hosting a Barkhives marathon. So every day until the 4th of July, we will bring you the history of two states. In this episode, we'll be looking at New Jersey and Georgia. New Jersey was founded as an English colony on June 24, 1664, and later became an official U.S. state by being the third American colony to ratify the U.S. Constitution on December 18, 1784. But before all of that came to be, ancestors of the Lenape and the Delaware called the land that was New Jersey home for over 10,000 years. They maintained a network of individual indigenous nations along the East Coast. In 1609, Henry Hudson became the first European explorer to chart the land that would become New Jersey. Then, in 1664, the Duke of York gave what is now New Jersey to his two friends, Lord John Berkeley and Sir George Carteret, who gave the land its name, New Caesarea, or New Jersey, after the Isle of Jersey in the English Channel. A decade later, the colony was split in two, East and West Jersey, but were then united again in 1702. In 1746, the College of New Jersey, now known as Princeton University, began. Then, 20 years later, it was followed by Queens College, now known as Rutgers University. During the War for Independence, New Jersey sat directly between British-controlled New York and the rebel capital of Philadelphia. By the time the war ended, more than 600 battles and skirmishes were fought in New Jersey, more than any other colony. Now, moving on to Georgia. The area that would become Georgia was first inhabited by Paleo-Indians for thousands of years before the Muskogee or the Creek Confederacy and the Cherokee Nation inhabited the land prior to European arrival. The colony of Georgia was established in 1732, with the settlement of Savannah in 1733, making it the last of the 13 colonies to be founded. Georgia was founded by James Oglethorpe, who envisioned that the colony would be where debtors would be sent, but in practice, the place was used as more of a buffer zone between Spanish-controlled Florida and British-controlled South Carolina. Georgia was the only colony founded and ruled by a board of trustees, with no governor or governing body in the colony for its first 20 years. It was the only colony in which slavery, rum, lawyers, and Catholics were banned from its founding, but slavery and rum would eventually become legal in 1751 and 1742, respectively. Georgia was more on the periphery of the Revolutionary War politics and actions, but became the fourth state to ratify the U.S. Constitution on January 2, 1788. Georgia was home to a much larger Native American population compared to other states along the East Coast. It became the site of one of the biggest native removal acts in American history, the Trail of Tears, where the Cherokees were forcibly exiled from the state in 1838 through 1839. During the Civil War, Georgia played a critical role in the secession of the southern states from the Union, as it was a deep South state, but also an East Coast state. It became the fifth state to secede from the Union and was the site of General Sherman's famous military campaign from Chattanooga, Tennessee to Atlanta, Georgia, later called the March to the Sea. Now for some fun facts about these states. The first completed dinosaur skeleton was discovered in Haddonfield, New Jersey. Georgia was the largest state east of the Mississippi River. Camden, New Jersey is home to the first drive-in movie theater, and Georgia is home to the oldest state park in the country. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Pearl's Barkhives. Please tune in to the other episodes in this marathon and leave a comment about which state you'd like to hear from us next, as well as anything we may have missed about the history of these two states. Like, comment, and follow. See you guys next time. Pearl out.